Okay, before we start this video, I think it's very important for you to just learn a little bit about the types of Task 2 essay that IELTS asks. In the last video, we did an argumentative one. They have two main types of asking this in the actual question: discuss both views and give your opinion, or do you agree or disagree? The other group is the cause, solution, effect group. They can ask you the cause, effect, the cause, solution, effect, solution, or they can even ask you all three. That is what we're going to discuss today, and this is very important for you to understand. I've seen students get the question is cause, effect, and then they write effect, solution, or cause, solution, and then you get band 5 for task response because you didn't answer the question properly. You can have a perfect essay, but you wrote the wrong one of these, and you get band 5 for task response. Later on we will do an advantage, disadvantage, and some other kinds, but these are the three main kinds of essay that IELTS asks. You have about, I would say 95% chance that your essay that you get in your test will be one of these. Great. So let's look at this whole cause, solution, effect thing. It can get very confusing for students. There's actually 4 parts to the whole structure. In the question, they will give you a problem. Smoking is unhealthy, or whatever. Maybe the problem is urbanization. They can ask you causes, they can ask you effects, or they can ask you solutions. They will ask you 2 of these. I've seen 1 or 2 questions where they ask all 3, it's possible, but usually it's 2. So this would be body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, whatever they ask. Let's look at an example. So here we have, in modern times, many celebrities have their privacy invaded by professional photographers. So there is your problem. The celebrities have their privacy invaded. What do you think are the reasons for this modern trend? What do you think is that? Cause, effect, solution? This is causes. And what solutions can you propose? Solutions. This essay is a cause solution essay. So you will write body paragraph 1 will be causes, body paragraph 2 will be solutions. You won't write effects. But let me show you how confusing this can get. Let's look at this one. Nowadays, more and more people are moving from the countryside to the city. There's your problem. Urbanization. What problems does this cause? Now, what do you think that is? Cause, effect, or solution? This is an effect question. And then what solutions can you think of is solutions. So this is effects. The word problems is there, it's going to confuse you. And the word cause is there. And that confuses many students. They see that and they think, I must write about the causes of urbanization. But you must not. You must write about the problems which urbanization causes, which are caused by urbanization. And these problems are, in our diagram, are the effects. So this is an effect solution essay. You will write about the effects and about the solutions. Okay, I think we'll do this one in our example today. So I'm just going to remind you about the document we used in the last video. That was this one. As you can see, it was for argumentative essays. We need a different document for cause, effect, solution essays because a lot of the time the language here and here is going to be different. For example, this contrast sentence, it's for argumentative. Some people say this, other people say this. In this essay, we're going to use this document. Effect, solution, structure, and stock phrases. You will see that these are all slightly different. Here, we're not saying a contrast sentence. Some people say this, some people say that. We're doing something like this, as you will see. I have put a link for all of these documents in the description. You're welcome to go and get them and download them. I don't want to go through all of these and show you where it's different. As you use these documents and write more and more essays, you'll see where they're different. Great. I'd rather just get started on writing the essay so that you can see how it works. Okay, this is our essay that we're going to write quickly. Nowadays, more and more people are moving from the countryside to the city. It's one of IELTS' favorite old topics for many years. It's called urbanization. You should know about it. What problems does this cause? What solutions can you think of? So I'm going to say effects of urbanization, solutions for urbanization. Write these here just so that you're clear about what you're going to be making points for. Right, I've just said the effects of urbanization: overcrowding in the cities, air pollution in the cities. There are many others: increased crime rates in the cities, higher prices in the cities, many other things. And solutions: a very good solution for urbanization is to encourage people to stay in the countryside, not to move to the cities. Higher taxes in cities. Just going to remind you, we're doing a effect solution. You must be clear. If you wrote cause solution for this, band 5 for task response. And then also remember this diagram for all of these problems: environmental problems, urbanization, globalization, all of the things that you can see. Try and have lists and do this diagram for all of the problems. There are many causes of urbanization, but we're not going to do it. What are the causes of urbanization? People want better entertainment, better jobs, better education. That's why they move to the cities. But we're doing these two. But you should have this diagram for all of the things that IELTS asks. Great. So let's go to our stock phrases document. So the general sentence is the same as we did last time in the argumentative. Actually, I added a new one in here. So what are we talking about? Urbanization. Yes, no. I would like to use this one, but actually they use that one in the question, so we can't use that one. Let's do that. Topical just means it's very relevant and everybody's talking about it, so let's choose that. Right, so I've said one of the most topical issues: modern society, movement of people from rural to urban areas. I paraphrased this. People are moving from the countryside to the city. Just made a nice paraphrase. Great, next. Now this is with cause effect solutions, something like that. This has become, or this has caused, but we're going to talk about causes, so let's just say this has become a major problem. A major problem, fine, but let's add a bit more: for municipalities and city dwellers. And then urbanization, let's say this trend. Quite nice. You can often use a reference pronoun there in this topics, in this thesis statement. Great, next. Just choose that. You can choose any of these. And now I can finally use my word urbanization. I think I'll take this one. I'm going to talk about overcrowding. It's a well-known fact. I don't want to say urbanization again, so let's say people moving to cities, people migrating to cities, results in overcrowding. Then we want a nice detailed sentence. Here, try and use one of these if you can. Learn about the structure of these. I don't want to go into it now. But practice them. We can use a nice more one here. For example, the more people move to the cities, the less space there will be to live. So this wasn't more, this was more less. It's quite a complicated structure, this, so I don't want to go into it now, but if you know how to use it, then use it. Right, next idea was what? It was air pollution. Let's use that. I can say urbanization again. Urbanization leads to air pollution. This is a really nice one to use. It's a double thing and it's great English. Try and use it, especially for if you're doing effects, an effects essay. Use this sentence. The result of this is that people breathe in toxic fumes, which in turn leads to great respiratory diseases. And then always throw in a couple of examples, always nice. Great, paragraph 2. Let's choose that. Very nice. Despite. Despite's a lovely word. I'll say to resolve this issue. Now, our first supporting sentence. Okay, I don't have supporting sentences specifically for solutions. I'll add that in later, but we can make one up. What did we say? We're going to, people stay in the countryside. Firstly, should be encouraged. Passive tense. So, government should improve the facilities in the countryside. We'll do another result. I won't do which in turn leads to. The result of this, people would not want to move to the cities. And another one, second solution, governments could impose higher taxes in cities. What do we want? We want maybe another effect of this. Oh no, let's do a conditional. If life was, people would not move it, you've got your conditional if and a modal verb. Let's add something else, and well, so I've done kind of a double conditional here. So this is just the conditional, really that's enough. But then I've added another one. People would not move there and governments could use that money. So I've got a modal verb there for the conditional and another modal verb. Great. This is more than band 6. This is getting to band 7 if I use extra things like that, more complicated structures. Right, and then on to our conclusion. Let's just do that. I'm just going to say this. Choose one of these opinions. It's always nice to give your opinion. The question doesn't ask for it, but it doesn't hurt. It's not a problem. Just one opinion sentence. You're just saying which of the best ones of these, which of these solutions is the best. And we end with another conditional. If rural people have a good life, the problems caused by urbanization could be solved. Great. So I haven't gone too crazy with vocabulary or anything like that. There's some nice vocabulary like toxic and infrastructure. That's kind of band 7 stuff. The point is the structure here is perfect. The linking language is perfect. An examiner is going to be very happy to see this. One thing I must point out, leave a nice line between all of these to space it out nicely for the examiner. If you make no grammar mistakes, and you don't need to make grammar mistakes because you know how to use these sentences, because you've got them in your lists over here, you've practiced them, then this can be band 7 again. Alright, great, thank you very much. Okay, let's look at another subscriber essay with increasing populations and ever-growing urban centers.